Good afternoon, YouTube. We have an interesting video for you today. We're going to be looking at grips on 44 Magnums. What we're looking at today is a Ruger Super Redhawk, and it came with the old rosewood grips. Let me show you what we're looking at. And so it came with these grips right here, and then I immediately put these Hogue grips in with the finger grooves, and you can see it's not loaded. And I have just always shot it with these Hogue grips. I got this with the gun, but I just never shot it with them because I always saw these as an upgrade and that they would be better. They have the cool finger grooves in them. But the question is it really an upgrade to go to the Hogue grips or to stick with the rosewood factory grips? And currently these guns are being sold with the Hogue grips already on them, so I think they are seen as a big upgrade. But the reason I question this is some time ago I had a 357, the Ruger GP100, and I was shooting with a buddy, and he had a GP100, and I had the same thing. I had the rosewood grips that had came on the gun, and I had put those off and put them in a drawer and put the Hogue finger groove grips on it, and I always shot it that way. But my friend, he left the rosewood grips on his, and we were trying out each other's guns, and I noticed that his gun was more comfortable to shoot than mine, and mine just kind of bit more into my hand, and I just thought, well, maybe the ones that Ruger used to put on there, those ones with the rosewood grips on them, they might even be more comfortable. And so I happen to have here the Ruger Super Redhawk in 44 Magnum, which is known to recoil even stiffer than the 357. And so I thought we'd give it a try. We'd shoot it some with the Hogue grips, and then we'd shoot it with the rosewood grips. Where I think the difference comes in, as I look at it, close that, how wide the grip is. Look, it's kind of narrow, it seems, at the back, whereas the rosewood is a little more wide. And so I think spreading that recoil impulse out through more of your hand will make a difference. So let's give it a try. The target we're going to shoot at for this is, there's a juice jug down there. It's only 10 yards away. It might look further than that. But we're just going to stand here and shoot at it. First of all, with the Hogue grips. And these are Defense Dynamics 240 grain jacketed soft points, going 310 feet per second. A little bitey in the hand. But now we're going to switch over to the rosewood grips and see if it's any better.
And of course we forgot a screwdriver.
Right. So we're using the back of a 223 case to undo it. With the Hogue grips, to get it to screw in through the bottom, it has this little adapter that you have to take off. Then you screw that, and then the rubber grips can slide on, and you put that through there. And your panels go on. This thing goes in there. And you screw that in with our screwdriver. If you ever have an old scope that needs to be adjusted, the rim of a case works well. If it doesn't have finger adjustable clicks.
So are you saying old like every gun I have?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were targeting me a little bit on that one.
You might be. Same bullets.
Trying to keep everything even.
Yeah. So that one, it didn't bite as much. It may have flipped up a little bit more, but I think it was a little more comfortable to shoot. So to give it the real test, we're going to change it back, and we're going to shoot it with this Buffalo Bore heavy 44 Magnum plus P plus. It's a 340 grain hard cast going 1,425 feet per second. Over 1,500 pounds of energy. When we did the math on the defense dynamics, it's just over 900 feet per second. So we're going up about 50% in energy, just going to come back to our hand. I think we're going to really appreciate which grips are better with the heavier loads. So let's switch it back. I think for these, we'll just shoot 3 and 3. 3 with the Hogue grips, 3 with the rosewood. I've never shot these before, so they might rock my world a little bit. I got them for bear protection up near Yellowstone when I was up there with a buddy a few years ago. And I didn't have a case to use them, and so I thought, well, let's put the grips to the test with them. Okay. It's quite a bit more potent. That stings a bit.
Really?
Let's see if it's any better with the rosewood. Hey, so now we've got the rosewoods back on with the Buffalo Bore 340 grain hard cast plus P plus. Again, we're going to shoot 3. Okay. So that pushed back in my hand quite a bit, but there wasn't a sting like with the Hogue grips. I think the rosewood grips are actually a more comfortable grips to use. And they came stock from the factory from Ruger a long time ago. And I think they've moved to the Hogue grips because they look fancier. Maybe some people find them more comfortable, but for my money and the way that they shoot with me with both the defensive ammo and the Buffalo Bore, the rosewood handle them better. I was telling you that I had the 357 that I got with these grips on it, and I put the Hogues on, but more recently, I sold that one and put some other things together. And next time, we'll be shooting the Colt Python. So stay tuned.